Hey folks, how's everybody doing out there? Hope you're doing well on this beautiful planet we call the Earth, because I'm living the dream. I'm going to tell you about this thing that popped in my head, right? And that's the joy about this type of business. When something pops in your head, well, you just make it happen, right? Or you feel like talking about a subject, hit record on the old camera, and boom, publish that stuff, right? The holidays are coming up. Now, people in the Philippines, well, anybody outside the U.S. don't really know what Thanksgiving is, right? That's an American holiday. But pretty much when you hit September, the Burr months in the Philippines, everybody's geared up towards Christmas. So Christmas is coming. So I said, you know what am I going to do for everybody that is my cast of characters here on the show? And let's just talk about priorities, right? Everybody in the PI, priority number one is to buy rice. Everything else is secondary. That's just the way it is. When the Filipinos say rice is life, well, that's the way it is. Rice is the main staple. It's the first thing they're going to buy. If there's no rice, there's no meal. So with that said, understand that rice is the base. And it's more important than us in the West saying, oh, I need some bread. No, if you don't have rice, you don't have the meal. I can sit here and talk about rice all day long. But I said, you know what? Let me come up with a way where we can sort of make it entertaining and maybe allow you, the viewer, to help out as well, to put some rice on the table for the month of December for my cast of characters. Now, obviously, folks, we do things for people. But this is another fun way to just put some cheer and a smile on everybody's face that contributes to the village videos, the ladies. So anyhow, I'm calling it my Rice Roundup. I should put some horses in the background. Rice Roundup. Okay? I got 10 recipients. I'll put them there on the screen. And this is sort of being a little bit of selfish because Fatima is one of the people that's going to receive a tenth of what we bring in. Now, let me do some caveats. Nobody accused me of going out and doing charity work or soliciting donations. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing is any money that comes into my PayPal link, which money comes in on a regular basis, sometimes it does, sometimes it don't, sometimes it's a little, sometimes it's more. Anything that comes in to our PayPal link between now and December 6th, I'm going to block that money off and I'm going to use it to buy rice. So no, I'm not soliciting any donations, I'm not fundraising, I'm not doing charity work, because all these people on that list are family and friends. And oh, by the way, my old lady's on that list. So there you go. There's some selfishness in it to prove that I'm not doing charity work. But for all y'all out there, I don't eat rice, okay? So she's getting a tenth of it. It'll go to her mouth and my kids, right? I don't eat rice. But if I didn't include her on that list, oh my goodness, you obviously don't understand Filipinos, and they're not big into doing charity work. So if I try to exclude Fatima from the list, I have a fight on my hands. So she's on the list. Again, there's your 10 people it's going to. Rice costs roughly $1 per kilo. That's 2.2 pounds for everybody in the West. Since there's 10 people on the list, it gets split 10 ways. 1 kilo pretty much feeds a family for one day, if you want to look at it like that. Our rice requirements are like 50 kilos a month. Now, even though we only probably consume between 25 and 30, by the time people come over and borrow rice, or you give rice away, or other people show up, a 50 kilo bag, $50, pretty much will cover the month. So anybody on this list, a 50 kilo bag is going to do them for a month plus. Those are the nice round numbers, okay? Pretty easy, right? So, one of y'all fine folks out there made a Chuck. I think it was you, Chuck. Chuck, thank you very much. Threw down $20 bills, basically 1,000 pesos. Let's just keep nice, easy numbers. So I got 1,000 pesos already in my rice Roundup fund. That means if no other funds come in through the PayPal channel, everybody gets 2 kilos of rice right off the bat. There you go. So we've already got funds in the hopper. So we're going to make this happen regardless of how much money comes in. It would be nice. Look, if it went up to 500 bucks, everybody on the list would get a big sack of rice. They're going to be shocked. They're going to be happy. It's going to take them through the holidays. Trust me, they'll be happy. But in case there's some jokesters out there, I got to cap it. I got to cap it at 10 grand. Okay, because if somebody dumps 30, 40 stolen Bitcoin in there, I don't want to have to rent warehouses and hire truck drivers. I don't want to get into the rice warehousing on that scale. All right, this is just a fun little local project for the cast of characters here on my show. So I'm capping it at 10 grand. If it goes over 10 grand, okay, that goes into the general fund, but up to 10 grand. All right, I think that's fair, because some rich joker or something might think it's funny to make my life tough by, I don't know, dumping 100 grand in there. Oh Lord, you know how much rice I'd have to deliver. So I'm capping it at 10 grand, I'm telling you now. And I'll give a periodic update on what we're up to. December 6th, midnight, we'll cut it off. December 7th, that's a Saturday, we're gonna start making our deliveries. Now I told these ladies, I said, hey, for the rice Roundup, everybody got to wear cowboy hats. Daisy Dukes, white tank tops. I would tell them they gotta wear boots, but ain't nobody got no boots. All right, so sort of a Daisy Duke costume. I'm gonna make them all dress up in Daisy Dukes. If it's substantial, we'll have to rent a little Kulong. The cast of crew, we can follow the Kulong's like a little cargo trike. Put the rice in the Kulong. We'll follow him in the e-bike. And John, my man John is gonna have to lift that stuff. Because imagine a 50 kilo sack of rice, that's over 100 pounds. Now the way they lift the rice sacks is they just wrestle it up and put it on their head. And they'll walk around with it on their head, right? I'm not that talented. When John brings the rice sacks to the house, I gotta make sure I tell him where I want it, because it's rough. Trying to wrestle that thing where I need it. But these young cats, they just throw it up on their head, boom, got over 100 pounds just on their head, walking around with it like it's nothing. So John, with assistance from my rice wranglers, dressed in cowboy hats and Daisy Dukes, are gonna have to wrestle that stuff out of the trike, get it delivered. I'll be on the camera recording this operation. Plus, y'all don't want me to hurt my back. I'm not lifting any of them rice sacks. I'm 51 years old. I don't recommend you do either. That's a young man's game. But don't think I ain't lifted stuff before. I've poured concrete, I've lifted sacks of concrete. That's a young man's game. So don't expect me to be lifting any 50 kilo sacks of rice, because it ain't gonna happen. Now, I told Fatima, I said, might be interesting, since John, well, I have to get somebody else to drive. Every time we drop off some rice, John has to chug a Red Horse. And she said, oh my God, he'll be wiped out after about the third or fourth stop. I said, well, that's what makes it interesting. Plus, he never gets to drink. It'd be good for the show. Anyhow, that's what I got in my mind. That's what I got in my head. That's what's going to happen. Even if everybody gets 2 kilos of rice. Now, I'll throw a little in, but really I shouldn't. Because if nobody sends any more funds on the link, hey, it's 2 kilos. It is what it is. Maybe that's even more entertaining. Just trying to put some smiles on some folks' faces in an entertaining way. And if you want to help out, okay, help out. If not, John won't be hurting his back. But no matter what we show up with, everybody would be happy. Everybody would be thankful. Everybody would be happy. But it would be pretty cool if, you know, $500, that gets a big sack for everybody. $1,000, that's 2 big sacks. My goodness. Most of these folks ain't never seen 2 big sacks of rice come to their house, especially free. Now, a lot of people ask me about, you know, buying Christmas gifts for the kids in the village. What are we going to do for the kids in the village? You know, I got a Santa suit. We did that a few years ago. Well, before I got the Santa suit, we actually took a plastic bag and glued cotton balls to it where it looked like a beard. We went around and gave everybody gifts. So I have dressed up as Santa in the village. It was years ago. I don't know what we're going to do. I'll save that for a different project. But a lot of things that in the West we take for granted, food security, people don't have that same security. So if you have to prioritize giving a family a gift, buy them a big sack of rice. Food security. Now they're not worried from day to day, are they going to have enough rice? Did they make enough money that day to have rice? Put 50 kilo sack of rice on them, they're not going to worry for a month, over a month. And that's my objective. All my cast of characters, load them up with rice. They got peace of mind, food security, at least through the holidays. I can't save everybody. I tried, it doesn't work. You can't save the whole world. You just do what you can do on a scale that you can do it. And if you're interested in helping out with the project, PayPal link is down in the description. It's hot. Anything that comes in between now and December 6th, it's just going to buy rice for those 10 recipients. That's my project. Everybody understand the parameters, right? I'd be happy with just getting everybody 1 sack of rice. I'd be happy. Nobody has to break their back. I can get it done in 1 day. That's all I'm looking for. If you are willing enough to put your hard-earned money into this little project, I'll deal with the logistics of getting it there. See, it'd be funny if I made John dress up as Santa Claus, but my Santa Claus suit fits me. It obviously ain't gonna fit John. Maybe I dress up in the Santa Claus suit. Could make the ladies dress up as elves. But you know, it's the first week of December. So jumping the gun, Santa Claus rolling around that early, I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Be funny. John drinking Red Horse, rice on his head, dressed up like Santa, sweating. You put a Santa suit on in the Philippines, you will sweat. Trust me. I'll have to think about it. But I'll try to make it as entertaining as I can. You know, capture the looks on everybody's faces when we roll in with some cheer. I think it'd be a good time. All right, anyhow, let me know what you think. Oh, he's over there e-begging. Leave your comments down below. No, I ain't e-begging, because I'm telling you, this is going to happen either way. It just depends on how many kilos I'm taking. Right now, I'm taking 2 each. What's it going to bid up to? That's the only question. How many kilos is each family going to get? Because some of these little shacks, I don't know how many kilos you could put in there. Bring 3-4 sacks, it might bring the damn structure to the ground. Damn. I don't want to be liable for that. I tell John, hey man, don't take it up in the house, dude. Sit it outside. Put 4 or 5 sacks up in there. Next thing you know, the floor falls in. Now I got to build a new house. I ain't going down that road. My gosh. All right, so there you go. The mystery has been set. Today is December 7th, 2024. That'll be the delivery day. Folks, thanks for being a loyal friend here on the channel. I hope you are at least entertained by our exploits and our adventures and our shows. I certainly appreciate you listening to my voice and watching my show, because the fact that you do so, you allow me to live this lifestyle and continue this adventure, and I certainly appreciate it. Just living the dream. All right. Peace out. See y'all on the next show. I'm out of here.